Some people, even in the middle of a crowd, they pass by like a shadow. They don't shout. They don't try to sell themselves. Yet, somehow, everyone feels the same thing. There's something inside this man. Something untold. Most of us met Keanu Reeves as Neo. Then he became John Wick, the cold face of vengeance. But the real mystery isn't in the characters he plays. It's in Keanu's eyes. Because in that gaze, there isn't the usual Hollywood sparkle. There's a kind of silence. And behind that silence, some of life's heaviest trials are hidden. Keanu Charles Reeves was born on September 2nd, 1964 in Beirut. He didn't grow up learning what it means to belong somewhere. He grew up constantly moving. Cities, countries, schools. When you grow up like that, something strange forms inside you. On one hand, you learn to adapt to any environment. On the other, you never fully feel like you belong anywhere. And Keanu's story seems to whisper this from the very beginning. This child won't listen to the world's outer noise. He'll listen to his inner voice. Even when he first stepped in front of the camera, Keanu never looked like a type. Despite being incredibly handsome, he never tried to market himself. It's as if, even while acting, he stands one step back. Even when he became known in the 80s with Bill and Ted, there was an odd balance in him. From the outside, fun, relaxed. From the inside, like someone carrying the weight of something unseen. In the 90s, his rise accelerates. With speed, the world recognizes him. And just when he's about to fit perfectly into the Hollywood star mold, Keanu looks in a different direction. More inward films, more fragile characters. It's as if the bigger the fame grows, the more he wants to disappear. And here, the story suddenly darkens, because there are pages in Keanu Reeves' life. They feel like a movie script, but harsher because they're real. The death of his close friend River Phoenix shakes Keanu deeply. It painfully reminds him for the first time that even in the world of stars, nothing is guaranteed. Then another struggle begins within his family. His sister Kim is diagnosed with leukemia. It's a long war, a patience test that lasts for years. Even at the brightest point of his career, Keanu turns his eyes away from cameras and toward hospital corridors. Sometimes what defines a person isn't success, but who and what they remain loyal to. And then, one of the heaviest turns of his life arrives. It's 1999. Everyone is talking about The Matrix. The world watches Neo become the chosen one. Keanu reaches the peak with a film that will go down in history. But in the same year, something else happens in Keanu's private life. Sometimes, the day you reach the top, life asks you for a price. With his girlfriend Jennifer Syme, they lose the baby they were expecting just before the birth. It's hard even to describe this kind of pain, because it's not just a loss. It's the silent extinguishing of your future plans in a single moment. Their relationship breaks under the weight of that grief. Then, strangely, life brings them close again. Just as they start to recover.
What do you think happens when we die, Keanu Reeves?
I know that the ones who love us will miss us.
In 2001, Jennifer Syme dies in a car accident. And here, the voice of that silence inside Keanu grows even louder. And you can't help but wonder, how does someone who has lived through so much still remain standing? What makes Keanu Reeves the best person in the world isn't viral stories, really. What sets him apart is that, even with pain, he doesn't take refuge in spectacle. In Hollywood, some stars turn even grief into a performance. Keanu does the opposite. He hides his pain, and he hides himself. People see him sitting alone on the subway, quiet, simple, in a corner. And that image doesn't feel like a celebrity. It feels like someone from real life. Sometimes what we call mystery is what's never shown. And Keanu's mystery is right there. No matter how big he becomes, he never tries to make himself bigger. Years pass. For a while, Keanu seems to fade into the background. Then in 2014, John Wick arrives. This film may look like an action series, but for Keanu's career, it means something else. It isn't a comeback. It's almost like a second birth. There is loss in John Wick's eyes. There is mourning in his silence. And the viewer feels something strangely true. Keanu isn't just playing this character. He knows these feelings. That's why John Wick hits so hard. Because beneath the fight choreography, there's the rhythm of a broken heart. There's something people have been saying about Keanu for years. He donated but didn't put his name on it. He supported the crew. He respects people. It may sound like a fairy tale, but Keanu's pattern is always the same. He doesn't like talking about himself. He likes doing the work. And that may be the most impressive part. Because being good isn't something everyone can do. Especially in a world where you're applauded every day. When you watch Keanu Reeves, you sometimes feel this. It's as if he leaves a long silence before he says anything. And that silence isn't emptiness. It's a life that has piled up. There's something unspeakable in his eyes. As if before every sentence he weighs this inside. Do I really need to say this? Or is it better to stay quiet? And the strange thing is, Keanu's silence often says more than most people's noise. Because some people carry pain by shouting. Keanu carries it quietly. That's why it can feel like his greatest role isn't Neo or John Wick, as if his real role is something he plays behind the camera, not breaking apart after being broken. You know that line, life breaks everyone, but what matters is what you become after you're broken. Keanu's story seems to whisper exactly that. Breaking is inevitable, but some people, instead of becoming sharper after they break, become more human. Maybe what makes Keanu legendary isn't the fight scenes or the box office records. Maybe what makes him legendary is this: choosing to remain human without turning pain into a show. And that choice is one of the hardest choices in Hollywood. Now I'm leaving you with a question, one that isn't simple. Where do you think Keanu Reeves' real strength lies? Is it being Neo, being John Wick, or being able to stand quietly even when nobody is watching behind all of it? If that question made you think, maybe the real mystery in Keanu's story is this: some legends aren't remembered for what they did, but for what they refused to become. And at Pastori, that's exactly the hidden side we love. The darkness behind the face everyone knows, the breaking points, the quiet truths. If you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to like the video and write in the comments, where do you think Keanu's strength really is? And to not miss the next stories, subscribe to Pastori and turn on notifications. Because in the next video, we'll step into the side of a famous name that nobody talks about.